Hey guys, Island Turtle here. Welcome to BOMISpirit. This is going to be the weekly video where we go over the astrology for the week, and we also do some cards, channel messages for the week. Excuse me, for March 24th to the 30th. So I hope you guys are doing amazing. This is another anticipated week. We've been dealing with the retrograde energy, we've been dealing with the eclipse energy, and we are still very much in it. So this week we do have Venus and Mercury still retrograding, but moving into Pisces out of Aries. We also have the new moon partial solar eclipse in Aries happening on March 29th, and the much awaited Neptune moving into Aries on March 30th. Now, I will say, Mars will retrograde back into Pisces later in the year. Come October 22nd, that's when Neptune will move back into Pisces, and we'll hang out there until late January. I want to say the 26th of January, so 1/26/2026. And then Neptune will move into Aries again and will be there for roughly 12 years or so. Okay. So just to give you guys that information. Now, when I was doing my notes for this week, and I already had a good compiling of notes going on because I actually did the patron hangout earlier today for the eclipse. So you can check that out over on Patreon, or you can wait for the YouTube shorter video to come out. Hold on a second. Oh, excuse me. So like I said, I already have my notes pretty compiled, but I got really curious about something. And this is my second time trying to record. So I don't think I'm going to talk about it here. I feel like I need to do a separate video on it because I feel like I want to actually do more research. Go figure, the nerd wants to do research. But I remember a little bit ago, someone brought to my attention that people were mentioning in the community that Uranus moving into Gemini usually indicates a time of war. I hadn't put that to the test as far as my own research is concerned, but today was the day because I got curious. And I won't lie, there's some interesting connections, and I did only isolate my research to the United States just to make it easy for right now. And like I said, I just wanted a little peek into it. Also why I want to take some time to do more research. But Uranus and Gemini, from what I can see, there is an interesting cycle, again, speaking specifically to the United States, of war, but it's not... How would I say? It's not a strong enough sample size to indicate a hard yes on that. Okay. And if you're like, what are you talking about sample size? It's not enough examples for me to say one way or another, like, oh yes, Uranus in Gemini indicates times of war. I think there's always a bigger picture that coincides with that. I think free will has a huge role in that as well, along with lessons, which was kind of coming up as I was tuning into some of the stuff and as I was researching some of the stuff. So I will say, with the United States, I found an interesting correlation with Uranus in Gemini, while Chariklo is in an air sign, while Pluto is in a fixed sign. And there is an interesting dance with Neptune there, because if you're just isolating the years where Uranus is in Gemini, yes, you will find times of war, and big ones too, particularly the Civil War, World War II, and the American Revolution. Those, I think, are arguably the biggest wars that took place within this country, or where this country had, how do I want to say, a stake in the game. A real, genuine stake in the game. This is not a political, historical video. We're not going to get into it. I think y'all know what I mean when I say that. And so even when I was doing my notes, it had this feeling of, currently right now, there is this interesting like echo of the Civil War in particular. And I do want to say karmic lessons. I do want to say that in particular with the United States as a nation. So I think I'm going to do a separate video on that. And the only reason I'm really isolating out the Civil War, again, World War II had Uranus and Gemini, but Neptune was teetering between Virgo and Libra. The same axis that it's on now, Pisces and Aries, Virgo, Libra. So there's something there, but the Civil War is when Neptune was moving from Pisces to Aries, which it's doing now. And Uranus was also teetering between Taurus and Gemini, which it's in Taurus now, but it will be moving into Gemini relatively soon. And Pluto was in a fixed sign, just like it was in World War II. Chariklo was in Gemini. It's in Aquarius now. It was in Libra during World War II. I looked into the American Revolution as well, which I also think has some implications here for the United States. So again, I think I'll be doing a separate video on it in and of itself to kind of isolate it from this video. But before I leave the subject where it's at, I will say I feel like there is this karmic echo through time, which, oh, I just go, something really macro just came in download wise. Because cycles, right? Energy moves in a spiral. The planets move in a spiral. The planets, in a way, are kind of like codes. They're kind of like physical manifestation of code keepers of energy and possibilities and potential, right? And so if you have them aligning in repetitive patterns at specific moments in time, right? There is an echo to the past. You know what I mean when I say the past. Civil war in particular here with Neptune where it's at and Uranus where it's at. And also when I tuned into the Civil War, excuse me, and looked at notes for Civil War, there was something else that was really interesting to me in terms of what Mars was doing at that time. And it just had that feeling of like the Civil War kind of feels like a ripping open of a karmic lesson when the Civil War happened. That's honestly how it feels. Even when it ended, I looked at the astrology of the day it began and the day that it ended. And the day that it ended, Saturn was in Libra, which is like the epitome of diplomacy, while Uranus was still in Gemini. And Neptune had already been cozy in Aries at that time. But either way, it just, the Civil War, when I felt into it after looking at the astrology, it felt like it was an initiation of a major lesson for the United States. And that was a period of time where we had a lot of shifting in this country, right? Of economic shifts, major economic shifts, especially for the South, major implications there. This is not the video for that, but also societally, there could be so many arguments about that back and forth all day long, but there was, like, you can't deny that there was some sort of major societal shift in the way that our social dynamics were taking place in law. I'm not going to say in practice, in written law. Maybe not always in practice, but again, not the video for that. Now we have this echo of that, but we also have the echo of the American Revolution and the birth of this nation, which actually started a few years ago. That really started when the United States went through its Pluto return in Capricorn, right? Which obviously took place, like the birth of a nation took place during the American Revolution, right? Just really brief history lesson there. So we've been in this echo chamber, this weird karmic echo chamber for the United States, circulating around these massive periods of time. Now, there are plenty of wars that have nothing to do with Uranus and Gemini in the United States. Also, I'm saying, I don't think it's a nail in the coffin to say Uranus and Gemini war. I think there's other things that go on there. And like I said, also free will to take place there. But I do think it's interesting. And I think it puts us in a place where we can have a level of awareness of this, right? If we're in this karmic echo chamber for the United States in particular, with like our social dynamics and beliefs and economic system, specifically those things, what does that mean of what we can do now? Do we go around the karmic loop again? Or is this a time where we go around the karmic loop with even more growth and more wisdom and more evolution to take place? And I do think it is the latter. I absolutely do think it's the latter. The fact that Pluto is in Aquarius while Cheroklo is in Aquarius and Neptune is moving into Aries and we have the North Node in Pisces, and while Uranus hasn't touched Gemini yet, like, yeah, I do. I do believe that. And as far as it happening, free will. But I just thought it was interesting and fascinating enough to share. Now, a little bit of overview and a little bit of paraphrasing of the astrology of the week before we do a deep dive. There's a couple interesting things going on here. One being our awareness of the impact of vibration. Okay? Vibration always impacts us. Vibration has a major influence, I would say, as far as what we attract into our life, how we view our life, how we experience our life, right? Our relationship to self, everything is affected by vibration, frequency, energy, whatever word you want to use there. Our awareness of that phenomenon is really sensitive around this week and really sensitive around this particular eclipse. And so keep in mind, because it's also an eclipse, the effects of that energy may continue. Also coinciding with eclipse energies is usually times of like major changes, right? And with a new moon solar north nodal eclipse, that has to do more with actual new beginnings taking place, more so than clearing out, but they can be one and the same because birth and death are just two sides of the same coin of the same energy, right? So just to Put that out there. But yeah, our awareness of the impact of our vibration and how it brings about things in our life or affects how we experience our life is going to be very, very strong at this time. So wherever you're falling on the spectrum of energy, meaning the spectrum of your vibration, and I wanted to isolate it to fear and love. You can isolate it to that just to simplify it. It's more than that, but fear is a big theme too with some of this energy, and it's not going to affect everybody. Everybody's dealing with these energies in their own way, right? But falling into more of that fear boat, insecure boat, doubt, the consequences of that, like I said, are going to be amplified, where it's almost this like any sort of situations or relationships where you have felt really stuck or really scared or really confused. It's almost like it's just going to feed itself even more, and it's going to feel that way because you're just perceiving it more. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like that feedback loop, that vibrational feedback loop is always there. It's always there. But because your awareness of it is heightening, the feedback loop is stronger. It's not that it wasn't there before. It's always been there. It's just going to feel that way because you're perceiving it that way. You know what I mean? Hold on a second. Excuse me. Oh, so much going on here right now. So much going on up here. Oh, excuse me. So just be aware of that. And on the flip side, it works the other way too, where our awareness of this phenomenon of vibration, if we are putting ourselves in that place to be more in the high vibrational state or love, I want to say it's really just love, that feedback loop is also going to be stronger, right? So my advice to you around this time is really just be true to yourself. Be as honest as you can with yourself and with other people, and things will align to you as they need to in a very natural way. Just don't fight it, right? Just let things be the way they want to be in accordance to your personal vibration. Just be true to your personal vibration at this time. You'll be very happy you did. Even if it causes a little havoc here and there because things are trying to align, that's okay. This is the time for that kind of havoc. So just let it roll, let it happen. The other thing I want to mention here too, challenges and delays. So some of us may experience some continued challenges and delays, restrictions, and or losses. This may rip open Chiron energy for you. Interesting. I keep saying rip open a lot in this video for this weekly. I don't know. Maybe you feel like something's getting ripped open. I don't know. Hopefully not. But I keep wanting to do that, like a little bit of a violent cracking. And I'm sure maybe that's just Uranus at play. We have some Uranus activity, but let's come back. Challenges, delays, restrictions, losses, right? If any of this happens at this time, there can be some activation of Chiron, like a ripping open of that. That is definitely the belly of the beast energy we talked about recently. It's still working with the same fixed star it was working with last time. And again, I will go into further detail of that in the actual new moon video that I put out here on YouTube. I already did that over on Patreon. All that means is it's not going to apply to everybody, but for those where it applies, going into the belly of the beast, facing the belly of the beast, it's really facing our own egos, our own fears, insecurities as they arise in these moments where we are trying to navigate our life, exist in our life from a place that's really true and authentic to us. And then things get a little havocy, or things maybe don't go as planned or as expected. And there may be some things that come up. If nothing comes up for you, you're fine. But if stuff does come up for you, just understand that it is coming up to be released, so you can allow for this alignment to continue to happen and take place. And also don't be surprised if what comes up for you is anger, feelings of major injustice, grief, even disappointment. Those are those are easy. But vengeance is also a flavor that might come up a lot too. Like you want things to be righted and you want them righted now. Again, that kind of anger vibe. But however that comes up for you, just again, remember that some stuff that comes up right now, it's really just so it can be released and not affect you anymore, not hinder you anymore, or even so you can see it in a different light. And that can offer some sense of acceptance or peace, or even, allow you to let it go. Or even healing where that's needed, for whoever needs that. Now, while that's also coinciding, there's this call to use your discernment, okay, to watch the way the wind is blowing, right? You may be perceiving that change is happening. You may be perceiving that things are shifting even before something happens, even before a delay happens or a loss happens or a roadblock happens. You may feel it coming. This is the opportunity to get into that Aries energy, that Emperor energy, and be the strategist and make moves accordingly. Adapt, look for a new way. There is always a way under this energy, okay? There's always a way through, there's always a way out, there's always a way forward, over. Interesting, that just came through. There's always a way over. There's always a way, there's always a way, there's always a way. One final note that I do want to say, the gold standard, you'll probably see this video is titled that. That is due to some of the stuff that came up during the Patreon live, which is basically all the energy that I'm talking about, which made sense to me. The gold standard was really just a term that came about when it comes to finding your way through, out, over, forward, especially if the belly of the beast does come up and you recognize it for what it is. It's like, is this what I even want to align to? Or do I want to align to all things that bring me joy, all things that bring me stability, all things that bring me peace, happiness, all things that really align to my authentic self and my truest self, right? That is the gold standard. And to do that in a way where, how do I say? Where we are aligning to that in a way where we can also respect that with other people and we can understand where other people are coming from in that same manner. That is what I am calling the gold standard. It's just, I just needed a word for it. So that's what it is. So there may be also some insights and realizations and some checks and balances there of recognizing where certain relationships, situations, environments are meeting that gold standard or not, including yourself. You may start to become aware, especially if the belly of the beast comes up, where you are not meeting your own gold standard and time to take accountability. And that's just very human, right? It just is what it is. But that's just the overview, but let's go ahead and get into the astrology. Hey guys, all right, so let's get into the astrology here. So the first cluster I'm going to talk about is really circulating a lot around Mars, Saturn, and Uranus. So Mars is still in Cancer this week and is actually in a trine with Saturn in Pisces, while sextile Uranus, well, Saturn is sextile Uranus. Later in the week, the North Node joins up with Saturn in a conjunction, and that does get stronger in the weeks to come. It's adding an interesting flavor at the end of the week, but this trine between Mars and Saturn, we've had this for quite a long period of time, and it's just getting stronger as time goes on now that Mars is in its post-shadow phase for retrograde, which is great. There is some fixed star activity around it that I will talk about in the New Moon Aries video that I will put out later on YouTube. And again, that is already spoken about over on Patreon. But with Saturn and Pisces, and also just given what I know about the fixed star activity around it, Saturn and Pisces has been teaching us how to let go, how to surrender, how to have faith in times of the unknown, in times of uncertainty, in times of changes, right? And also to be open to shifting ourselves, right, in terms of our beliefs and things of that nature. Now, this is that feeling of sensing the changing winds, sensing that something is coming, sensing that maybe something needs to change even. And if you don't, maybe something will happen, like some sort of delay, some sort of challenge, restriction, or maybe even a potential loss. This is that time to use our discernment, use our intuition, but also understand that we have the confidence and all the tools at our disposal to navigate accordingly and to take action accordingly, Mars being in Cancer, right? Also following our hearts, Saturn and Pisces, also following our intuition and being able to do that. Now, as we do that, again, we may hit that Chiron energy because Mars is square Chiron this week, while Chiron is also still working with Eris in Aries. Okay, so if you do hit that belly of the beast energy, fears, insecurities, ego, whatever it may be, and that gets ripped open for you, remember, it's an opportunity to allow stuff to come up so that it can just be let go, so you can see it from a different perspective so that you're not affected by it in the same way, or it can offer some sort of healing for some people. And if a delay or challenge happens, it happens. There is always a way through, out, forward, or over. There's always a way. It's up to us to be adaptable, right? Now, Chiron is also sextile Chariklo in Aquarius. Love that that's still there. It's still going to be here for a little bit longer as well. The Chiron sextile Chariklo aspect is great because, one, they're counterparts. They're counterparts of healing. Okay, that's also a really nice thing about it. And so if you are facing the belly of the beast, excuse me, this is a window of opportunity for healing, yes, but also an emergence of your own personal empowerment and a really strong knowing of yourself, the authentic self, Aquarius, and also skills, talents, and how your own unique life experience can be utilized on your path, on your journey. Thank you. Even the role, how do I want to say? Oh, going kind of macro with it. Why you signed up for some of this stuff. Why you have made some of the choices you have made. This is an all-encompassing bucket of choices you have made on this journey in this incarnation and what you signed yourself up for before getting here, as far as like setting up the game board and then how you played the game once you got here. I think is the best analogy to say for all of that. It all has served a purpose and it has all helped you. It's all helped you and it's all served a purpose, even for what's to come. Even for what's to come. And it's up to you to see that. It's up for you to see that. It's up for you to see that. Just wants to be said multiple times over. There's another fixed star that's also working with Cheroklo around the eclipse that speaks to moving into an energy of empowerment, of command, of leadership, which is also kind of nice in all this energy too. But like, I kind of want to sit in that energy a little longer about the life experience, about the game board you set up for yourself before you got here and how you played the game along the way and what those experiences gifted you. And they're really highlighting it's up to you to see. It's up for you to see. It's up for you to see. It's up for you to see both of those. And it's also up for you to see anything that you're holding on to that's pain or trauma or fear or insecurity, and see the experiences that are tied to those emotions in a different light. So you can see it in a bigger perspective, and you can see, thank you, how it has been helping you, how it has prepared you. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Now, Uranus. So Mars is also sextile Uranus and Taurus. Uranus is still working with the fixed star that I talked about last time as well, Zarak. This fixed star in particular does speak to those feelings of loneliness, those feelings of like being in the void on the boat alone by yourself and like, where are we going? What the hell is happening? Oh, there's a long way to go. I don't like it's that kind of vibe. But Mars sextile Uranus, with Uranus working with that kind of fixed star, I feel like it's all about breaking out of that. Breaking out of that and getting breakthroughs and embracing changes that lead to bigger and better things outside of what you've already experienced, and also acting as fuel a little bit to really act from your heart and act from your truth in that way. So that's one giant cluster that we are having this week. And I will say, I would prioritize looking at Pisces and Cancer in your charts, 20 to 25 degrees for when most of this is occurring. Aries, 20 to 25 is where you may experience some of that fear and insecurity coming up. Taurus, 20 to 25 degrees in your houses is where you may experience some changes for sure. But Cancer and Pisces, 20 to 25 degrees is where most of what I have spoken about may occur for you. Okay? Okay. That being said, let's move on to the next cluster. I feel like I have a lot of saliva in my mouth. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, it's weird. I feel like I have a lot of saliva and at the same time my mouth feels dry. I don't know what's happening. Sorry if that was loud. I may get a refill soon after this. All right. So the next cluster, we have this massive conjunction that I love. I'm just loving it. We have the North Node in Pisces with Neptune in Pisces, even as it moves into Aries. Venus and Mercury retrograde through Aries and Pisces. All of them are working together this week, and definitely under the eclipse as well. I love it. When I was on Patreon and I was like tuning into this, I was like, wait, how often does this happen? I was curious. And so I just looked at Neptune cycles. And so I think it said 18 years. Like, so I was like, okay, so roughly 20 years. Like once every 20 years or so, we get this kind of conjunction with Neptune and the North Node. And then someone mentioned Cazimi, and we talked about that a little bit. So I'm not speaking to Cazimi specifically. I'm speaking specifically to North Node conjunct Neptune, which we've had for a while. Well, sorry, let me back it up. North Node and Neptune conjunction in any sign is once every 20 years. There. Specifically in Neptune, a lot longer. A lot longer. Like, I don't know, maybe every 240, 50 years, maybe something like that. It was probably massive ballpark there. So if any of you were like, Kazemi, no, I'm speaking specifically to like Neptune conjunct the North Node. But anyway, I digress. So we have this massive conjunction. Also, Sheet is part of this too. Don't know if I mentioned that in the historical portion. If not, like I said, I may do a separate video on that entirely. But we have this massive conjunction, trine Juno in Sag, sextile Pluto in Aquarius, while Pluto is also sextile Juno and also working with Lilith and Haumea. That last little bit of energy is fascinating. But that conjunction, that's where I was feeling the like heightened sensitivity, the heightened awareness of the impact of vibration. It's a great awareness to have because it also allows us to be more accountable to ourselves and our own happiness and our own energy, but it also allows us to be more accountable to the reality that we want to experience, that we are trying to experience for ourselves, right? You can even say manifesting. I'm kind of tired of that word. But you understand what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying. And it's along the spectrum of energy and vibration. So it's like you can say low or high vibration, fear or love, whatever comes up for you in that realm. But fear and love, I think, is the easiest way, simplest way to put it. And with with Venus and Mercury being in the mix here, relationships and communication are going to be front and center with this, okay? Now, creativity, yes. Feeling motivated and driven to get out there, to mingle, to learn, to do stuff, absolutely. Romance, love, compassion, empathy, absolutely. Spiritual, occult, psychic, fields, arts, absolutely. Learning is going to be a big one, also because there's some fixed star implications there. But even when we were talking about this on Patreon, and we also pulled cards on it, it felt very much too of like, as we really honor our truth and our authentic self and allow the pieces to fall into place or out of place, again, the chaos that may happen or the delays that may happen, etc., we will see where everything in our life falls in relation to the gold standard, including ourselves. But there is definitely a lot of communication with people. And in terms of relationships, this can be a time where relationships really deepen, really soften. They get more full of love and truth and honesty. Or if you're dealing with someone who really does not understand you or respect you, boundaries is a huge thing here too, or doesn't want to meet you at that gold standard, it will be blaringly obvious, and it may actually be quite the opposite. It may not really have a whole lot of love going on in there. Excuse me. It takes two to tango, right? So it's not just about them, it's also about you. So even if like you're meeting somebody at the gold standard, right? Which is, again, it's really just this place of honesty, authenticity, respect, integrity, love, and respect for everyone's need for individuality and like sacred space, all that stuff, right? If you're meeting someone there and they're not meeting you there, it will be obvious, and they may not react to you in that kind of way. They may react to you out of fear. They may react to you out of insecurity. And communication is no, what's the word I'm looking for? This applies to communication as well, of all kinds of relationships. All right. But again, I will say learning, play, creativity, fun, inspiration, love, romance, that's all available. That is all available here. Invention, creative invention, that's all available here too. Now, the Pluto and Juno component, the sextile to Pluto really makes things fair game to be life-changing and transformative, and also bringing in new situations that could be life-changing and transformative, including new relationships and new ideas, Pluto being in Aquarius. But trying Juno in Sag, it's really emphasizing like partnerships, bonded relationships, but also relationships that respect individuality with that Sagittarius energy of you be you, you enjoy your self-discovery, your independence, your right to learn and learn through life. There may be some like student-teacher vibes going on in here for some people. Now, the other thing that I thought was interesting is that Pluto in Aquarius is also square Lilith this week. While Lilith is moving into a conjunction with Haumea. We haven't talked about Haumea in a bit. When I tuned into that, I was like, oh, okay. Even just tuning into it now, it's like taking my breath away. Lilith is feminine energy. You can consider it to be like the dark feminine a little bit there. Even with it being in Scorpio, we're moving into Scorpio this week. It's also got that flavor of like dark mother a little bit, which isn't bad. It just has this feeling of Pluto wanting to dig down to the depths of Lilith and Haumea and like bring everything up, especially with the Scorpio component here, in terms of our desires, our impulses, even maybe the belly of the beast energy, if there are some major, major things there that still restrict us that we haven't dealt with yet, that we haven't addressed yet. But with the Haumea component, it also calls into question our divine rights. Okay, I say that because Haumea represents Mother Earth, the feminine. Haumea represents sacred birth, sacred creation, which is our divine right to participate in. Also our connection to nature, right? All things Mother Earth, all things feminine as well. It just has this feeling of very angry feminine. That's what I feel when I look at Lilith conjunct Haumea in Scorpio, square Pluto. That's kind of all I see there. Not all I see, but very angry feminine and a lot of anger and a lot of intolerance on any level of violation of those divine rights and any violation of boundaries. Juno also is the protection of the feminine as well, also playing off of all this energy too. Now, it's more minor compared to all the other things, but it's worth talking about. Okay, I'm just saying. It's worth talking about. Scorpio also loves to transmute. So, like Juicy, I was like, Scorpio loves to grab a hold of things and change them, bring things to the light bringer, right? That is Scorpio energy. And so don't be surprised if what gets brought to light is your own belly of the beast, or even your true feelings of divine right to creation, your true feelings of our relationship to nature, your true feelings of anything, especially with Pluto being in Aquarius, self-expression, authentic expression, but it's from the depths of the soul that hasn't seen the light before, right? And with that square, it ain't smooth. It ain't smooth. It's a square. It's tension. It's filled with tension. So it's just interesting. It's just interesting. But I will say this week has a lot of beautiful potential to really start some beautiful new beginnings, or start to really perceive a new beginning you've already started a while ago, and maybe you've had a hard time really feeling it, really embodying it, really perceiving it. This is the time where that will be shown to you. Okay, even Neptune and Aries, that can usher in some really, how do I want to say, confident gung-ho energy in terms of your personal dreams, your own creative energy, your own psychic energy, even how you utilize your own energy of love and putting that into action, which is really beautiful. I also want to say something else that was coming up during the Patreon live was to really be in that Emperor energy, but like it doesn't have to be rough, it doesn't have to be brash, it doesn't have to be cutting, it doesn't have to be that way. We can be strong, we can be firm, we can be assertive and tactful. Right? We can even have softness while we're being firm, even though that sounds like what's the word I'm looking for? There's a word there, it begins with an H. Fill in the gap. I know you guys know it. Even though that sounds like two very different energies, you can hold both. You can hold both. That really wants to be emphasized. I think especially with like Neptune being in Pisces, North Node being in Pisces, Venus moving back into Pisces, Mercury moving back into Pisces, there's a call to hold space for love. There's a call to hold space for compassion, for empathy, to understand where someone is coming from. Even if you need to affirm boundaries, even if you need to speak your truth, even if you need to like be angry or like even express anger, there's still a way to do that while holding space for love, for yourself and for others. Which I think is interesting. So for everything I just talked about here, I would really look to like that 25 to 29 degrees Pisces. That's where I would keep my eyes on for most of this. Aquarius wouldn't be a bad one considering Pluto, but I would keep your eyes on Pisces, 25 to 29 degrees. Hey guys. All right. So Earth signs, you guys want to go first, which I think is kind of interesting. So we're going to start with Taurus. Also, my allergies and like literally just over recording bleh. bleh, the allergies, bleh. So I've got water here. That's why I'm also making so much noise. I'm like, there's a lot struggling going on up here. So just bear with me through that, okay? Mm. And I'm out of tissues. That's like gotta go on the grocery list. Okay. Oh, it's gonna get annoying. Taurus. Any messages or insights for Taurus for this week? For Taurus's highest good. They're showing me the Nine of Pentacles. We'll see if that comes out. It's giving me the vibes of like standing your ground a little bit. What's that term? Standing on your values? Standing on your values? Yeah, it actually feels like not relenting on your personal values. Okay. I like that for you. Feels very classy. Classy man, classy woman. Any messages or insights for Taurus? Ooh. Are you having to stand on your values and that may be leading to a big change for you, a big ending for you? Interesting, Taurus. The Ten of Swords is usually something very painful and very finite. Very painful, very finite. But they're showing me the Nine of Pentacles. They keep showing me that over and over and over. And I feel like the Ten of Swords is happening in a way where you're upholding your values. And so this Ten of Swords has to take place. It feels like it's actually in your highest good. It's almost like you know this is the consequence. The Ten of Swords. But your values are not worth compromising, right? Yeah, I feel like I can't breathe. Sorry, it's just my allergies. Interesting. I saw the 9, but here we have, ooh, look at that. The 8 always goes to the 9. Well, it always goes to 10. It hits the 9 on the way out there. But we do have this 8 of Pentacles with the 3 of Pentacles. So there is a 5 of Pentacles here as well. And I feel like that's what you're putting an end to. I feel like you're putting an end to the 5 of Pentacles experience, whether that's fear or insecurity induced. But 5 of Pentacles is feeling stuck, feeling in a rut, feeling alone, feeling misunderstood, feeling out in the cold. Rejected even can be a word there, even struggling with finances. Whatever your values are that you're upholding and you're sticking to, it's ending something that has kept you in the 5 of Pentacles. It could even be like standing or uphold. Oh my God, I can't talk. I'm sorry. Upholding your values also means that gold standard that we've been talking about, right? Where you're not feeding into fear anymore. You're not feeding into doubt or insecurity or even survival instinct, especially in terms of money. Money feels big for you this week. But the 8 of Pentacles and the 3 of Pentacles, this is you getting ready to Ace of Cups, follow your heart, what you want to emotionally invest in, and put time and energy and money into that and cultivate that and build up what your heart desires for yourself, especially in terms of stability. You also may be doing this with other people. Excuse me. Ooh. One more for Taurus. One more for Taurus for this week. Pentacles, Pentacles, Pentacles. Wow. Yeah, this is about the gold standard for you. 2 of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is Virgo energy. It is consistency, reliability, integrity, loyalty. The Page of Pentacles is just a step before that. There's a lot about friendship that I'm getting here with you. Like friendship, trust, and loyalty. You're only going to invest. We have the Ace of Cups here with the 2 of Cups. So there is another person that is involved with this, but involved in this with you. My gosh. My gosh. There is another person involved in this with you. Could even be many people. The 2 of Cups is indicating that I see you, you see me sort of feeling. And all the Pentacles to me just feels like it is about reliability, loyalty, integrity. Who can you meet yourself at the table with this gold standard? And who you can't. And who you can't. Sometimes the 3 of Pentacles is a card of mending for me, which can happen around this time if you're willing to have those really honest conversations with people, but they have to be meeting you at that same level with that same energy. So again, that's very possible, but with the right person, okay? Looks like a great week. All right, let's move on to Virgo. Okay. Virgo. Any messages for Virgo? For Virgo's highest good for this week? feel like you're waving a wand around, like Ace of Wands energy. Excuse you, buddy. I know. I love you too. I love you too. Okay. Virgo. Sorry, I know it's going to get annoying for some people. Virgo, any messages or insights for Virgo? Yeah, I'm getting strong Magician, Ace of Wands energy with you, Virgo. Any messages for Virgo? For Virgo's highest good for this week? I'm also getting, don't tell me what I can or can't do. There's also something that's coming up as well. You may be taking action in a way where you feel kind of dared to do it. Almost like doing it to defy people. That's interesting. Like, see, I told you. I told you. You guys know how energy works. Could be you, could be someone around you. Any messages or insights for Virgo, for Virgo's highest good for this week? Any messages or insights for Virgo? No. For Virgo's highest good for this week. Getting something about a chef. Maybe you're a chef. Maybe you know a chef. It definitely has that feeling of like creating, right? Like experimenting. That's a better word. I'm getting this feeling of like creative experimentation. Doesn't have to be cooking, but it's like, it's alchemy. It's making shit with your hands, right? What happens if I do this with this? Ooh, what if I do this with that? Page of Cups, creative. Page of Cups can be a card of emotion, my innocence card, emotional honesty. But I'm getting more creative, which is exactly what I was getting with you. The Page of Cups can be somebody who's dabbling in poetry, in art, the creative arts. I feel more making with your hands though, versus like creation from the heart, which again is more like poetry, traditional art, songwriting, story writing. I'm getting more hands-on than that. Like I would say more Page of Pentacles, but Page of Cups can speak to that. Maybe you're singing, maybe you are writing poetry as well. Any other messages or insights for Virgo? Come on. Ooh, nice. This is offering you balance. It feels like you are creating from a very honest space, a more free space than you have before. Again, some of you may be defying what people have said you can or can't do. That's also why Justice is here. But Justice is a card of harmonizing, of balancing, of resolution, of riding the scales, even if you're doing it yourself. And I keep getting you're doing it yourself. You could be bringing yourself a lot of peace as well with how you are utilizing your creative skills and having a creative outlet. Maybe you are more of a hands-on creative person, and maybe now you're moving more into the realm of like creative speech, like song, like I keep getting music, like music or songwriting or poetry, versus like being in the kitchen or being crafty with your hands, right? Excuse me, but you're doing this for you. It's very nice. Page of Cups and Justice can also be an apology, a very well-deserved apology that may apply to some of you. I just keep getting more about you and what you're doing. Any other messages or insights for Virgo? Any other messages or insights for Virgo for this week? Ooh. Okay. Queen of Swords. That is also Libra. You could be a cusper, not necessarily. 2 Libra cards here, actually, with Justice included. Queen of Swords is a card of discernment. It's a card of, I see truth, I know truth, I digest truth, and I act on the truth. She is the minor to the major high priestess for me. She's a very intuitive queen, but she also balances that with intellect, intellectual and intuitive information. That balance is actually a big thing with this eclipse that we have at the end of the week. So as like for those of you who pull cards for yourself, the Queen of Swords or the High Priestess may be coming up a lot because it is about that balance of intuition and intellect, being able to see which way the wind is blowing, right? So you can act accordingly. Excuse me. Any creative outlets that you're engaging in this week, it feels like it's giving you epiphanies. It feels like it's giving you light bulb moments, inspiration, and you know what to do with it, or like you know how to take it further. It's helping you to see more possibilities and utilize that information. That's really what I'm getting with you here. If you are receiving an apology, I would say the person who's receiving is either older or has more life experience in some way, shape, or form. Anything else for Virgo? There can also be apologies exchanged between people who are divorced. Excuse me. Oh, it's gonna make me miserable. Any other messages or insights for Virgo? The energy in Taurus is really fast. For you, it's really slow. All right. And on to the next. It's literally what I heard. And on to the next. We have the Fool with the Four of Wands. So you can see that. Four of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. And on to the next venture. And on to the next project. And on to the next thing. So again, I keep getting that you're getting creative, and that creative energy is giving you light bulb moments of taking things to the next step for yourself, or what you can do with it even more, or how you can even stabilize it or even live off of it for some of you. And that's what I'm getting here with the Fool, the Four of Wands, and Three of Pentacles. What foundations can you build from this creative energy? It may be a risk, but it's well worth it. Yeah, maybe a risk, but it's well worth it. If you have someone coming in to apologize, they may be offering you, like giving you an offer of a Three of Pentacles, Four of Wands to build something with them. I don't know. Use your judgment there, Virgo. I don't know. I'm a Scorpio. I'm skeptical. All right, Capricorn. Capricorn. Any messages or insights for Capricorn for this week? For Capricorn's highest good. Ooh, I didn't have time to get anything off of you, and we had the Knight of Cups come flying out. Knight of Cups is Pisces. I expect this card to come out a lot as well, because the Knight of Cups moves from the heart space. The Knight of Cups, the wind in the Knight of Cups sails is the heart, is emotions, is love, is compassion, is empathy, vulnerability. So I love seeing that there for you. You could be moving in this way, or someone you know could be moving this way towards you. It doesn't always have to be romantic, but with Neptune being with Venus and Mercury and the North Node, love is in the air for some people this week, okay? Even in the next week to come. Any other messages or insights for Capricorn? For Capricorn's highest good. Oh, look at the cups. Cappy. Interesting. So the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, hope, having content, emotional content for the self, feeling pretty good about life and about yourself in general. The Knight of Cups carries a cup. So there is an Eight of Cups energy here, potentially even 10 of Cups energy here. So that's telling me that there's a lot of forward movement emotionally for you, Capricorn, even if another person is involved in this. And what I mean by that is, even if you are at the 9, you are recently at the 9. Meaning you actually have gone through the Eight of Cups very recently. You have recently let go of something or left some sort of situation that you had a lot of emotional attachment or investment in. And you said, I deserve better. I need more room for more joy for me in my life. If someone is approaching you, potentially they could be expanding on that feeling of joy and emotional contentment. But there's a lot of changes I feel like that have happened to you emotionally, I want to say recently. A lot of Pisces energy here. Any other messages or insights for Capricorn? For Capricorn's highest good? Oh, more cups. Oh my God. Capricorn, you have all cups. You in the realm of water this week. Look at that. Yeah, Three of Cups and the Six of Cups. The three plus the six is the nine. What did I say? You've had a lot going on in the emotional realm. A lot. Capricorns, I see a lot of focusing on joy for the self, joy of life just for you, almost like having your emotional well be only for yourself and not necessarily for other people. But it feels like that shift is allowing for the expansion of even more emotions, more joy, more love to show up in your reality because you're like churning that wheel for you. So that's reflecting out in your reality. Vibration matches vibration, right? With the Knight of Cups, the Nine of Cups, the Three of Cups and the Six of Cups, there could also be an interaction you're having with somebody where it's like, hey, Six of Cups, I miss you. Three of Cups, I miss our fun times. I want to have more fun times with you. Can we like talk more? Can we get together more? I don't feel like this is a new person. If it's a new person, you've got some major past life energy there, like soul recognition happening. But I feel like if you're interacting with anybody, which I do feel like with the Three of Cups and the Knight of Cups, you absolutely are interacting with people this week. It's a feeling of nostalgia. It's, hey, let's have some good times. Let's make some memories. I miss you, or I miss the good times. Let's just have some fun. And not, no, let's just have some fun way. Like, no, let's connect. Let's connect. Can I get a card on this Knight of Cups, please? For Capricorn? Ooh. Nine of Wands. That's very different. So this is an energy of going from guarded to being open and vulnerable. Can I get one more on the Knight of Cups? Ooh. Judgment. So Capricorns, interesting, King of Wands at the bottom. Take this as it resonates, because there's other people involved in this. Between the Knight and the Three of Cups, there's no doubt, okay? I feel like this is someone heading to you. You could absolutely be heading towards another person. But this Knight of Cups, whoever they are, you or someone else, they've gone through some stuff recently. I want to say a bit of a wake-up call within their own journey with about themselves, okay? Not necessarily about other people, but I want to say they've had some major growth. They've had some major healing, major soul development. An awareness has been They've moved into some sort of awareness of their own wounds and how guarded they can be. I want to say even how they push people away. For some, this person's become aware of, this is how the energy feels. So this is why I do weird hand movements, because when I'm feeling energy, I'm feeling energy. It's like this, that's how this energy feels. Prickly, a little abrasive, not triggering. It's like rough around the edges sometimes, a little assertive sometimes, maybe a little blunt sometimes, just rough and tough. I want to say maybe even just with their words, or just very, very guarded. Yeah, whoever this is, they've woken up to that. They've woken up to that. And if you've had a falling out with this person, or there's been some space, whether they took space or you've just been focused on you over here, because again, I do feel like this is your energy. I'm hearing shadow boxing. They've been boxing their shadow. And here they come open to say, I miss you. I miss you. You receive that however you want. That's up to you, Capricorns. Okay? All right, let's move on to another element. Hey, air signs. So let's go ahead and get into it, starting with Gemini. Any messages or insights for Gemini for this week? For Gemini's highest good. What's going on for my Gemmy gems? They're showing me a bear, like a little teddy bear. Aw. That's really cute. It's almost like someone like either looks at you that way or you look at someone that way. Like someone's got teddy bear vibes. Like cuddly vibes. Like I just want to cuddle with you all day. It's very cute. I like that a lot. It's giving very Six of Cups energy. Like, let's go cuddle. I'm hearing Care Bear. Someone's got Care Bear energy. I don't know. Maybe you like Care Bears. It's giving teddy bear. Again, not for everybody, but that wanted to be said for someone. It's very, very sweet. Okay, Gemini. You got the Eight of Cups. This Eight of Cups doesn't feel particularly easy for you this week. Yeah, I just wanted to like, it feels like you need to be a little brave here. Leave it at the door is what I'm hearing. That's very specific. Leave it at the door. Maybe you're exiting, like physically exiting a home or something like that. Leave it at the door. Leave it behind. Just when the door closes behind you, just don't even think about it. That's kind of the stuff that's coming through. But I feel like this is requiring bravery and courage to walk away from something or detach from something. Excuse me. It feels really risky. It feels risky. It's like it's making me anxious. It's making me a little anxious. But the 8 is in pursuit of the 10 of Cups. Yeah, it's whatever you're dumping at the door. It's interesting how that wants to be said. Whatever you're dumping at the door, it feels like it served its purpose. It doesn't help you anymore moving forward. It really doesn't. It honestly, I'm getting lessons. This could even be like 8 relationships. It's literally how I'm getting like this experience, that cycle, that cycle, that cycle, that lesson, that lesson, that lesson, that lesson. That's how it's coming through. Um, a lot of memories, a lot of experiences. Gemini, you may be experiencing that belly of the beast energy this last week or the upcoming or this upcoming week because it's been with us for a while and it will be here for a while because Chiron's working with a fixed star called Baton Kaitos. Again, I talked about that in the full moon Virgo eclipse. I'm going to talk about it in the next new moon Aries eclipse video here on YouTube. So sorry, excuse me. It's just energy. And I talked about it on Patreon as well. Um, but that's kind of what I'm getting. I feel like the belly of the beast, your belly of the beast, has shown you the truth about these experiences. Again, some of you it's relationships, some of you it's ideas about relationships and emotions that you haven't properly. Hold on, let me back up. Some of you it's tied to emotions. When it comes down to it, it's memories. It's memories of certain experiences that you haven't allowed to see in a different light to fully let them go because they have really served their purpose. You've gained the experiences you needed to gain from them. You've been well prepared. But to move on, you got to kind of drop the weight, right? You got to drop the emotional weight. You got to drop those memories. Anything else for Gemini? They keep showing me a teddy bear. I really like that. Any other messages for Gemini? For Gemini's highest good? Ooh. Are you going to be like Capricorn? Are you going to be getting cups all over the place? Page of Cups. And there's the 9. I keep feeling like be brave. Like take a breath and be brave is what this is feeling like. Something that's coinciding with all of this is the page. The page is offering that cup. The 8 of Cups plus the cup and the page goes to the 9. Goes to wish fulfillment, goes to feeling good within yourself, feeling happy about yourself, having that self-love, right? On one hand, the Page of Cups kind of feels like a piece of you, a very authentic piece of you, almost like your own heart being like, yes, let's do this, let's go. But some of you may even be another person who's like offering you something, offering you a hand, which may be why you're like, I need to be a little brave here. Maybe, because some of you, it almost feels like holding on to these cups has offered some sense of false security. Sorry, I just got to call it for what it is. False sense of safety and security and control. And jumping into that Page of Cups, 9 of Cups energy, something about that doesn't feel so controlled. Very key words there. Any other messages or insights for Gemini? Am I taking these? Nope. I'm getting trees now. Big tree, big fat tree. You could be drawn to trees. You could talk to trees. Trees are amazing and just amazing. But trees are also a symbol for me of family, health, or alignment. Ooh. King of Swords. I'm hearing Cancer. Maybe you have Cancer in your chart. King of Swords is Aquarius. I don't know why I'm getting Cancer, but that's just coming through. Like the zodiac sign. Wanted to be specific there. Why is this King of Swords here? Something about the King of Swords is giving me anxiety, and it feels like the same anxiety that was coming up with the 8 of Cups. Well, there's that tree in the 4 of Cups. I'm like, I like something about this King of Swords. A lot of anxiety, antsiness. I'm wondering if the King of Swords is not your energy. King of Swords with the Three of Wands and the Four of Cups. There's also like a bit of a Five of Wands, like a push pull between these two. Because Three of Wands is hopeful, it's optimistic, it's looking forward to the future and what's to come. The Four of Cups is I need to turn my back and I need to just kind of be here and I need to just like reflect and not really look at what's going on over there, not really look at what's coming, even looking at the past a little bit. It's like one energy is very avoidant and introspective, and the other one is very like looking out and open upon the world and receptive to what's coming and what's available. They're very opposing energies, and this is circulating around the King of Swords, and the King of Swords keeps giving me anxiety, which I think is your anxiety. I feel like this is an energy you may have been dealing with, could even be your own energy, which also would make sense that maybe you've been having trouble getting past the Eight of Cups because it's had this push-pull effect on you and it's been giving you anxiety when you've been trying to get to the Nine, which that anxiety is gone. And there's almost a sense of personal freedom. I keep hearing the zodiac sign Cancer. That is your neighbor. But there is a sense of freedom with the Nine of Cups here. Sorry, hold on. I'm so off schedule with all these retrogrades and just disruptions this last week. That's my go-to bed alarm that ain't happening right now. But anyway, yeah, Gemini, whoever this King of Swords energy is, whether it is your own energy, and again, that's that push-pull I was feeling with the Eight of Cups, getting in the way of you reaching the Nine, or it's someone that you're dealing with. It's a very tug-and-war energy. It literally feels like going from being pessimistic to optimistic, closed, open, closed, open. It's very Gemini. It's very Gemini. Yeah, it is very Gemini. So it just looks like you're struggling through the Eight, but I think you're going to manage. You got to see those cups for what they are and how they have served you. Okay. Libra. Come on. Oh, jeez. Libra, what's going on with your energy? The deck is like acting sluggish. Libra, any messages or insights for Libra for this week? For Libra's highest good. Oh. Yeah, I feel so congested up here. It's killing me. Libra, any messages or insights for Libra? They're showing me a star symbol. Stars could be significant for you. Maybe you also just study the stars. Maybe you're an astrologer as well. Oh, maybe you like to star bathe. Libra, we have Queen of Wands coming out. That's Aries. That's your natural 7th house. So partnership, bonded relationships could be a thing for you this week or highlighted for you this week. But Queen of Wands is very confident, very attractive, very magnetic, very witchy as well. A master manifester. I do feel like this is your energy, so take it as it resonates. But with Aries coming out in your reading, I do like to pay attention to that. There could, like I said, be some partnership stuff going on as well. Getting very strong Leo as well. Okay. Any other messages or insights? Leo energy. I knew I felt Leo. 5 of Wands. Okay. Oh, are you fighting with somebody? I'm like, Queen of Wands and 5 of Wands is kind of the epitome of like people fighting over jealousy or people competing for someone's affections because the Queen of Wands is highly sought after. Those are honestly the two things that I'm getting. Like, I'm so sorry. Hold on. Put this on Do Not Disturb. I thought it was on Do Not Disturb. I swore I put it on earlier. My bad. So loud. Sorry, guys. Okay. Anyway, yes, it is kind of explicit for those two meanings, and that's kind of the two meanings that I'm getting. It's like unnecessary petty fighting and conflict because of lower vibrational energies and emotions and fear and insecurity more than fear, insecurity and like a power play is what I'm hearing as well, or literally competing over somebody, which I don't think is your style. I don't think it's anyone's style who watches my stuff. But it feels like fighting, unnecessary fighting. Any other messages or insights for Libra for this week? For Libra's highest good? Yeah. The devil got a hold on these people. And it could also be you. You could feel like you're feeling those vibes. Like this also has the vibe of anger. I'm getting more jealousy, like jealousy, insecurity, like fueling fights, fueling conflict, fueling lashing out. But that feeling of something's got a hold on me, something's got a hold on these people. I'm really feeling that with the devil energy being out here. You could also be dealing with a Capricorn. You could also be struggling with lust. Got to be honest with what I'm feeling too. We got a lot of fire here and we got the devil. You or someone around you could be really grappling with their sexual energy and the energy of lust, maybe wanting you, maybe not wanting to compete for you or with you. It's got vibes of competition, sexual energy, lust and anger and jealousy. These are the energies that I'm feeling in your reading so far. And they may be manifesting very differently person to person, but that's what I'm seeing here. Any other? Jesus, more fire. Okay, so this is like so fascinating because Gemini and Capricorn, we're all water. Libra, you all fire, except the devil. The devil's Saturn. 9 of Wands. Libra, I can't get away from this feeling like somebody's wounds, their inner demons, have a hold on them. Whether it's you, people around you, or someone you're dealing with. That 9 of Wands with the devil and the 5 of Wands, that's literally conflict, that is exhaustion, that's feeling restricted, that's feeling like our own shadow has a hold on us, our own wounds and insecurities have a hold on us, and we just can't not listen to them. We can't not let them influence us. It has that kind of vibe. And I just feel a lot of insecurity. A lot of insecurity. I can tell there's another card that wants to be out here on the side. What's on this side of the 9 of Wands for Libra? And again, it doesn't have to be you. It could be someone you know. And you just may be the target of it. Okay. I like seeing that. Oh, interesting. Looking at the bottom, 5 of Cups and the Ace of Wands, someone feels like they're not getting what they want. Even the 5 of Cups and the Ace of Wands can speak to lust. It's like lust or even anger. It's feeling like your sacred flame has been neglected or like doesn't have an outlet, or you're not getting to like live out your passion, and there's a lot of grief around it. That can literally be anger, or again, like even like lust, like unrequited lust. It's not unrequited love, it's unrequited lust is what that is. But we do have the 8 of Cups showing up here with the 9 of Wands. So again, I'm just getting a lot of tense push-pull, insecurity, and some distorted sexual energy and or lust, and it's creating a very weird vibe here. And again, I don't feel like this is all your own energy. I think this is also mixed in with people that you're dealing with or someone that you're dealing with. And I want to say, like, whoever's really suffering the most here under these energies or these insecurities, I want to say is acting like it's not bothering them, or acting like it's not phasing them, but it is. And I want to say you're the target of it. You're the focus. Thank you. You're the target, or you're the focus of this person's insecurities. But again, they're acting like it doesn't bother them. They're not getting what they want with you is how that's coming through as well. And again, this could be reversed. You could be feeling this way about a situation you're in or someone that you know, that you're not getting what you want. Right? 5 of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Even underneath that, like I said, we have the Hermit, which is like, reflecting on this. Oh, 6 of Swords, trying to move on from it and get more secure. So literally recognizing high levels of insecurity and trying to find a sense of security out of feeling insecure, trying to deal with those emotions and transmute them. But yeah, I just keep getting someone's like trying to play it off. I don't know, I don't think they're doing a good job though. It feels really intense. Good luck with that, Libra. Let's Aquarius. Any messages or insights for Aquarius for this week? For Aquarius's highest good. My crown's killing me in your energy. And we have some crown stuff coming up for you. Aquarius. Any messages or insights for Aquarius? For Aquarius' highest good? Ooh. Oh, it's a week to be an Aquarius. I'm just saying. We have the Three of Cups with the Lovers and the Ten of Cups. That's nice. That's nice, Aqua. That is like you're having a really good time. You're having a really good time. That's what that's coming down to. Lovers can indicate alignment, choices, or a spiritually guided oh my God, a spiritually guided relationship. Ten of Cups is I wake up and I'm happy. I go to bed and I'm happy. I shower, I'm happy. I eat, I'm happy. Everything is good in my house. Everything is good in my family. Everything's good in my intimate relationships. Could also be a marriage card, obviously, while Three of Cups is a card of reunion or rejoice or celebration or just having a really good time. I'm getting party vibes here. The 3 and the 10 indicate that there's a 7 of Cups energy floating around here, which can also be that very Neptunian, even though it's a Scorpio card, it can be very Neptunian, like fantasy and getting a little bit lost in the sauce in some way. But the fact that the Lovers and the 10 of Cups is here tells me that it's actually all in good fun. It's all in alignment. So you're celebrating. You're celebrating and it's good times. And some of you are celebrating a relationship. Very cool, Aqua. Anything else for Aquarius for this week? For Aquarius' highest good? Giving me unicorns. I'm getting so much crown energy with you, like so much. So much. If there's a spiritually guided relationship involved in this, like, and I mean like where there's soul recognition, okay? And you got like telepathy and shit, like, and you dreaming of each other, things like that. Oh my God. That stuff is getting amplified for you, okay? Yeah, I feel like there's a little bit of an activation going on there for some people. Any other messages or insights for Aquarius? Yeah, this feels really good, Aqua. Hold on. Interesting. We have 10 of Wands out here. Why is the 10 of Wands here? Oh, is it not even real? 9 of Swords. One more. I was like, yeah, because I'm like, this looks really good. This feels really good. And then I'm like, 9 of Cups at the bottom, wish fulfillment. And then the 10 of Wands came out, which is like stress, burdens, like time to move out of a difficult cycle. And then the 9 of Swords showed up, which is like fear. So before these cards came out, even with these cards being out here, all of what you got already still feels really, really good. Hold on, is my microphone on? Hello? Yeah, it is. Okay. All of this feels really good, but the fact that the 7 of Cups is there, because it does have a very strong dreamy fantasy vibe, but again, with the 10 of Cups and the Lovers, specifically more the Lovers, speaking to alignment, it is an alignment. It does feel right, but I feel like there's a piece of you that's like worried it's not real or worried it's going to become a burden very quickly. Like the 10 of Wands does not feel real to me. Can I get one more for the 10 of Wands, please? Page of Cups. Okay. One more. Tell me more about this 10 of Wands. I see you talking about this. I see you recognizing your concern and your fears. One more for the 10 of Wands. You such a fixed side, Aqua. I see you talking about your fears here. I don't think you're going to sabotage this. I can see where you can get close, but I don't think you're going to sabotage it. So 10 of Wands and 9 of Swords. The burden of fear is what I want to say. But the more you talk about it, Page of Cups, the 2 of Wands, and the Hierophant, the more you talk about whatever fears you're having come up in relation to this. And I'm saying, I want to say the weight of your own fear may be crushing you. Okay. The weight of your own insecurities may be crushing you when you can just enjoy this instead. But I see as you open up in the Page of Cups energy, I want to say to the Hierophant. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Hold on. Oh, I want to say to the Hierophant. So some of you guys could be going to a counselor or a teacher or a professional of some kind for advice about this. Two of Wands is going to be getting addressed. Okay. That feeling of, is this right? Is this not right? Are these fears valid? Da 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 da. I don't know. And whatever advice you're given seems to help you, because I'm telling you, this is right. This is in alignment. But seeking that professional advice, some of you may even go into researching some things a little bit, not too much. I feel more like you're asking for help and advice on this. It will get cleared up and it will become very clear that don't let fear ruin it, right? The gold standard. Vibration matters here this week more so than normal. It always matters. It's just a perception thing. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next element. Hey, fire signs. So let's go ahead and start with Aries. Happy birthday, Aries, and happy eclipse. All right. Let's get into this. Aries. Any messages oh, they're showing me the death card. No one's gotten that yet. It's really not, well, I'm not going to say it's not the vibe, but kind of, but not really, I mean, eclipse is like, sure, it's changed, sure, but I don't know. Oh, well, that card's been coming up a lot for people. But yeah, interesting. I'm so sorry, guys. I swore I put that on Do Not Disturb. Hold on. I swore I did that because that happened already during the live, and I swore I did that. My phone's been doing weird stuff, but Mercury retrograde. Aries. Any messages or insights for Aries this week? For Aries highest good. Two of Swords, interesting. We did get a little peek at the Ace, but Two of Swords is Moon Libra energy. You could have that placement, not necessarily, but the Two of Swords is about decision making. I also find that it is holding two swords of truth, and you can decide to align to one of them. Particularly with the energy we got going on this week, I want to say one is the gold standard, and one may be more rooted in fear and insecurity. Okay? Ego, even, if you want to say. Any other messages or insights for Aries for this week? For Aries highest good? Ooh. Nine of Swords, the Emperor, and the Hanged Man. So Aries, we have your card coming out here, the Emperor, Mars energy. Nine of Swords, I believe, is Mars Gemini. Lots of Mars going around here. Hanged Man is Pisces. This feels like a lot of fear about moves that you should be making and feeling like you have the tools to make the right decisions. The 9 and the 2 indicate a 7 of Swords here. I don't think you're going to sabotage yourself. I don't feel that. But there's nothing wrong with taking time before you make certain moves. Another theme for this week, and I mentioned it before, is having the ability to know which way the wind is blowing and then act accordingly. Having the intellect and the intuitive skills, which is discernment, right? To know which way the wind is blowing before things happen. To kind of see a few steps ahead. The Emperor, Aries, both of these energies are strategists. Aries is a strategizer. The Emperor is a strategizer, a chess player, because they've lived a lot, right? Speaking to the Emperor energy now, the Emperor has been all the kings. They've been around the block a few times. They know what's up. They know how things work. And so they know how to see ahead. They know how to plan accordingly. But there is a call to use your intuition here alongside your logic. I see a lot of intellect, but where's the intuition? The only intuitive card I'm seeing is the Hanged Man. And even then, the Hanged Man is like, hey, take some time out to have some spiritual development and growth, some epiphanies, and to see things as they are. So then you can make some moves accordingly. But I'm seeing that you have some fear here about being able to navigate. Can I get another card for Aries, please? Seven of Wands. It's not a bad card. That's a very courageous card. Why is the Seven of Wands here for Aries? Ten of Wands. One more. For the 7 and the 10. I'm trying to feel if this is like coinciding with this fear. Yeah, decisions. It is coinciding. Man. Aries. So the Death card, now I know why the Death card came out, because the Death card, it is a major arcana about change and transformation, but the Death card is not always easy. It literally is allowing some sort of view, version, belief, or an aspect of our lives to die, to actually die. And I feel like for you, it's this fear and question of your ability to handle and to navigate, to see which way the wind is blowing and to strategize and act accordingly, to play that chess game. We have the 7 of Wands, the 10 of Wands, and the 2 of Wands here now. Okay, 2 of Wands is as that 2 of Swords energy. It's indicating making that choice, making those decisions, and navigating accordingly, right? The 7 of Wands, the 10 of Wands, I was just feeling like a weight of a burden was all I was feeling. Like not wanting to give up, not wanting to quit, but also not being very clear on what to do. And the truth is, you need to get clear before you do anything anyway. And the only way to get clear is to get into why you have these fears and insecurities so that you can deal with them. Death card. So that you can see them for what they are, undress them, if you will, and know that you are perfectly capable. The only way to deal with this is to not push, actually, is to not push and to not take action. The action to take is to address your fears. Address your insecurities. Some of you may have a little bit of imposter syndrome here. And only then will you have the intellect and the intuitive capability to have that discernment to know which way the wind is blowing and to play that chess game. Okay? Okay. Leo. Any messages or insights for Leo? You know, something with the fire element that I keep feeling, the pressure. I'm feeling this like, because Aries had this and Leo, I'm feeling this with you too. I'm feeling this anxiety. Maybe like this pressure of timing, a pressure to act, this uneasiness, like something is not okay or something needs to be rectified. It's like there's just a general uneasiness I'm feeling with the fire signs. But Leo, any messages or insights for Leo for this week? For Leo's highest good. Hey, Leo. Believe this is Venus Cancer. 2 of Cups. I see you, you see me. Coming out here for you. So connections with other people. This is also a big theme around this eclipse for everybody, not just you, but not surprised it's showing up in your reading either. You may have anxiety when it comes to a certain relationship, a certain connection. Oh, yeah. Oh, that made me uneasy. Judgment, like it made my stomach drop. Judgment and Hermit. We have Pluto, fire, and Virgo showing up here. Again, this may be more than just one relationship for you, but let's say it's just a specific kind of relationship. It's a relationship that it's got this feeling of putting you in a corner. And I don't think that's their intention. I think it's just a natural consequence of the energy. That's how this feels. It feels like being pushed in a corner because you can't deny something. You can't deny what you're feeling, or you can't deny some sort of truth. Angel wings are really jumping out here. Judgment comes with angelic energy, but the wings, even with the lion head on the 2 of Cups, is really jumping out as well. You could be angelic in nature, or you could have some sort of connection to angels. You cannot deny something that is being highlighted to you because of a specific relationship. Also why the Hermit is here, to help you shed light on what that truth is. That you cannot deny. It's just keeps coming through that way. Um, double synchronicities, like you may be seeing 222 a lot. I'm getting pairs though, like 11 11, 22 22, 12 12, 12 21. Like I'm getting doubles. It's interesting. This could even just be that someone's activated you, even triggered you, or you could be coming to the truth of of the role a specific connection is playing in your life, who someone really is to you even. But it's got that stomach drop feeling. Any messages or insights for Leo for this week, for Leo's highest good? Wow. Nine of Cups. This has been coming out for so many people because this is the card of joy and feeling really good and content within the self, right? Feeling like you're living your best life on your own terms and it's not really about other people. It's also a card of self-love, but again, wish fulfillment as well. Okay. Whatever you're discovering because of this connection, whatever that truth is, it's actually making you very happy to embrace that truth. But whatever it is in the beginning, it's like it's undeniable, but I feel like it's almost it takes a while to digest. But the truth is meant for you. It's not necessarily like I don't think this truth is about them and like anything that you're offering them. It's really about you. Okay? It's really about you. Yeah. Nine of Cups and the Ace of Swords. It's a gift. Even if the gift comes in kind of a whoa way, like a, oh my God, I need a minute. I need a minute. I need a minute. I need a freaking minute here. Okay. This could even be a relationship that's ending right now. It doesn't even have to be a new one. It doesn't even have to be a reunion. Some of you, it may be either of those. But some of you, this is actually a relationship that could be leaving your life, but you're hitting this point of epiphany with the Judgment and the Hermit card. And again, you're coming into some major truth, but it feels like that truth is a gift for you. The Hermit follows the star. Healing, truth, enlightenment, wish fulfillment. Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. Ace of Swords, truth and clarity, illumination. So whether this relationship is leaving your life or this is a reunion of some kind or you're meeting somebody, this is a moment that is major for you and clarity on what makes you happy, even clarity on who you are as a person, maybe even how far you've come. And some of you, there's some healing wrapped up in there, but it's just like a, it's just like a kind of a truth. It's major. I want to say it's actually life-changing for you. Page of Wands at the bottom. And I see that you will be grateful for it. All right, let's move on to Sag. Sagittarius. Hey, Saggies. Hi. Okay. Any messages or insights for Sagittarius for this week? For Saggies highest good. Ooh, put these a little bit better. Okay, there we go. Ooh, it's a lot better. Sagittarius. Any messages or insights for Sagittarius? Any messages or insights for Sagittarius? For Saggies highest good. What? Interesting. We have the Hermit. Five of Cups. Seven of Wands. The pain that makes you defensive is what I'm getting there. The pain, the grief, the loss, the disappointments that make you defensive or put you in defensive stances that trigger you even, make you want to fight even. That's what I'm getting. It's the sore, very sensitive pressure points, emotional pressure points. I feel like I spoke about this recently and now I can't remember when. Oh, you know what? I think it was in a personal reading that I did. Yes, 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 yes. And was talking about Chiron returns, that this is the vibe that I'm getting with you, Sag. So some of you may be in your Chiron return, or maybe that's coming up. Doesn't have to be, or maybe your Chiron energy is like getting activated at this time in some way. Again, not necessarily. But that's what I'm getting here. It feels like something is applying pressure to your soul scars. That's kind of what I'm speaking to when it comes to Chiron. Excuse me. I look at Chiron as representing our soul scars. And what is scars, right? Scars are healed over wounds, sure, but they're visible. They tell a story. You touch them, you push them, you poke at them physically. They're going to hurt a little bit because they're scar tissue. Chiron represents scars of the soul. Whether it's from past incarnations or just certain vulnerabilities that we've come into this life with, that when you touch it, ow, right? That's what I feel like I'm looking at. I feel like I'm looking at your soul scars. But with the Hermit, you're looking at them too. You're examining them too. And specifically with Chiron returns, I was equating it to Chiron returns being a time where those scars get kind of ripped open, to let the light in to shine through them. So we can see them differently. We can see them in a new light. We can see them as beautiful and not scars and not these heavy things we're carrying around. So it's like, I do feel like Sagittarius, you're getting a new perspective on some soul scars that you've been carrying around for quite a long time that are highly sensitive. Again, it can relate to Chiron. It doesn't have to, but soul scars is what wants to be said there. Anything else for Sagittarius? Any other messages or insights for Sagittarius, for Saggy's highest good? Yeah, Five of Swords. Yeah, this is screaming trigger, 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 trigger. Between the Five of Cups, the Seven of Wands, and the Five of Swords, all three of those speak to that. All three of those speak to that. How we get defensive, triggered, accusatory, point the finger, angry, say harsh things, etc. How the ego gets activated from these soul scars. But again, you're reflecting and looking at all of this. Can I get another card, please, for Sagittarius? Maybe this is something you've already gone through as well. There could be someone in this with you, like supportive in this with you. As I say that, Queen of Pentacles. As I say that. That's interesting. Can I get a card on the Queen of Pentacles, please, for Sagittarius? Queen of Pentacles is a very stable feminine energy, very grounded. Ah! Hold on. Knight of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. As I say that, yeah, I do feel like this is actually representing an energy that you are dealing with while you're dealing with all of this. This could even be someone, like I said, offering you some sort of support, allyship, right? Knight of Cups is an open, vulnerable heart, compassionate, empathetic. Queen of Pentacles is very grounded, very stable. The Three of Pentacles is my card of mending and building and cultivating networks and friendships and making plans, building things up, offering some sort of stability. This could be an energy that has triggered you into reflecting into all of this, or even, again, helping you through all of this. I'm getting both. I'm getting either or. Could even be like one and the same, right? They triggered and you're like, blah, and they're like, hey, and you're like, okay. Right? So good luck for you, Sag. Let's go ahead and move into water. Cancer. What's going on for Cancer? Any messages or insights for Cancer for this week, for Cancer's highest good? I'm hearing dominoes. I'm feeling the game, not like the pizza, but I'm feeling the game. The game dominoes. Maybe that's a game you play. It is a numbers game. It's a very classic game. I don't know, dominoes, or maybe domino effect. Cancer. After I said that, I'm like, oh, it might be about domino effect. How have you stacked the dominoes for them to fall? Ooh, there we go. I was like, there's a connection here with both of them. There it is. That's the connection. That's why we also say like dominoes, domino effect. There's a correlation with that word with domino. Um, how have the dominoes been stacked for them to fall? Are they going to fall nice and neat? Or is it going to stop and not all of them are going to get knocked down? Are there twists and turns? Is it crazy? Is it not crazy? Is it intentional? Is it sloppy? Oh, 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 I don't like it. I don't like it. This is giving accusatory. You got all swords. So we had some signs get all water, all fire. You got all swords. And I even can't remember which ones they were. I think Gemini and Capricorn had all water. There was one that got all fire, and you got all swords. Look at that. That Knight of Swords with the seven, like, this is what I saw first. This feels like someone acting out of the seven. Like, I'm getting a couple ways, like the way they say something, or just, it's like coming out of left field, like coming from behind the curtain and like, bleh, like word vomiting on you, or like coming out and saying something that has been repressed. Like, it's speaking on something that has been not obvious, something that's been hidden. I don't feel like someone's coming out and just straight out lying. I don't feel that. The Knight of Swords doesn't lie, especially with the way they came out. It feels like the Knight of Swords is shining truth on the seven, on something that's been hidden, on something that's been subtle. Excuse me. It could be somebody coming out the gate and lashing out and like sabotaging something by speaking in this way. But I keep getting accusatory, and then we get the Two of Swords. I feel like you're the Two of Swords. I feel like you feel bombarded in some weird way by the Knight of Swords energy. Just like, whoa, what the hell's going on here? Like, that's how it feels. There's also a Five of Swords energy here. I feel like this person coming in, whether it's their intention or not, it's reminding me of the dominoes again. It's like, it's creating a Five of Swords situation that doesn't even have to be. It feels like picking a fight. Picking a fight because they're saying something they should have shared earlier, or they're speaking from a distorted, fearful place and it's sabotaging a situation. Either way, I feel like you're left confused. I feel like you're like, what? Like, that's what I feel like your reaction is. Oh, okay. Jesus, Cancer. Drama. That's the card of drama. Page of Swords, and it landed on the Knight and the Two of Swords. Again, I'm getting accusatory. Whoever this person is, they could think that they saw something. That's kind of a vibe that I'm getting. Because, God, I mean, just look at this. I'm going to try to hold it up the best I can. It looks like this. Okay? It looks like someone's been watching, maybe stewing a little bit, thinking they know something, speaking on it. And again, with the Seven of Swords, it has this feeling of like what's been behind the curtain or what's been behind the scenes. And speaking on that or acting from that kind of place, I just don't like it. I just don't like it. This could be you as well. It could go either way. Remember, like this kind of thing can happen with this energy. Again, vibration impacts our reality always, but our awareness of that phenomenon is heightened. And so our experience of that is going to be heightened as well, whether it's in the love bucket or the fear bucket or the fucked up bucket. You know what I'm trying to say? Oh, can I get a card on the Seven of Swords? Okay, we got the Sun. It landed on the Page of Swords. So it's like, again, they're shining truth. They're shining illumination on the seven. That's what that looks like to me. Tell me about the Seven of Swords. They think they know. I just keep getting that, like, they think they know. They think they know the answer. So on the Seven of Swords, we now have the Star and the Four of Cups. The Star is a card of healing. It's a card of enlightenment. It's a card of truth. It's a card of wish fulfillment. This is someone who feels like they're not getting their wish fulfillment. I'm going to say it that way. Especially with the Four of Cups being here. It has this feeling of like the star is eluding me. The star is eluding me. The star is eluding me. It wanted to be said that way very specifically, which is kind of interesting. The star is eluding me. Maybe they look at you as someone who's like special or star-like or star seed even. That term star is very significant. But yeah, like the star is eluding me. 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 And then it prompts this coming in to say something, to shine light. Like, I know the truth. This is very weird. Can I get a card for the Two of Swords for Cancer? Yeah, you're just like, what? That's only what I... What? 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 Both of them. Seven of Pentacles is a card of trying to figure some stuff out, evaluating investments, planning. Two of Swords is, what is the truth here? What decisions do I need to make here? Both of them are a card of pause. Tell me more about the Two of Swords and the Seven of almost said Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Pentacles for Cancer. I can't believe how many swords showed up in your reading. Okay. Page of Wands. I feel like you're just trying to digest the information. That's really what I'm getting here. You're just trying to like digest it, figure it out, sort it out, make sense of it. But the Page of Wands is intriguing being here because the Page of Wands is usually a card of fun and excitement. Why is the Page of Wands here? Desire. I'm hearing desire. Six of Pentacles. How do I make this right? Yeah, so you must know this person. I'd be shocked if this was someone you didn't know and it's like, who are you? What do you mean? Like, you know this person. And the way they're approaching you is like really throwing you off, but even then you're like, let me try to hear what they're saying. Let me try to digest this information. Let me try to figure out the best way to make this right. To balance this out. How do I balance this out? How do I harmonize this? Yeah, it's like you're just wanting resolution. But I feel like they want justice. They feel like they were robbed of something is how this feels. And it does feel like they're trying to pick a fight, but I don't think you're taking the bait. I don't think you're falling into that vibration. I think you're holding the gold standard here, Cancer. Yeah, you're not falling into it. You're not falling into it. You're not falling into it. It's like you want to approach this practically and take your time with it. You've got Pentacles on your side. This person is all swords. Swords is the fastest suit. Pentacles is the slowest, to put it into perspective. So you're like, no, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to take my time with this. You're not reacting. You're just taking in information. They are very reactive. And it seems like they've been stewing in their own assumptions and their own ego over whatever this is between you and this person. This is a very specific reading. Let's move on to Scorpio. Scorpio. Any messages or insights for Scorpio for this week? For Scorpio's highest good. Red Bull. Not the drink, although now that I said that, maybe the drink. I saw an actual Red Bull. Funny. Could be either. Maybe synchronistic for you or significant to you in some way. Why does that feel very like mythology based? I don't know if I know any mythological stories that have a Red Bull, but Red Bull. Or maybe bull like seeing red. Maybe you're dealing with a Taurus. You could have Taurus in your chart. Scorpio. Any messages or insights for Scorpio for this week? You could be mad as a bull. Wouldn't put it past a Scorpio. Any messages or thank you. Page of Wands. Okay, that's a good start for Scorpios. Page of Wands is excitement for fun, adventure, new horizons. It could be flirty energy, playful. Ooh. Well, this is interesting. I feel like you're keeping a handle on yourself. We have Page of Wands with the Queen of Swords. You're feeling this excitement come up within you with the Page of Wands, but with the Queen of Swords, you are parenting yourself. You are keeping the reins in control of yourself there with that. That's very interesting. I don't think you're suffocating your Page of Wands energy. Maybe that's a pattern you have. I don't feel like you're suffocating it. I feel like you are monitoring it, balancing it, not letting it be wild, like a wild bull, right? But that's what I'm getting. It's like, as the Queen of Swords, you're like, I recognize this piece of me and we can enjoy that energy, but we're going to enjoy it in a mature way, in a wise way. Okay. It feels like you're playing gatekeeper a little bit with yourself here, which isn't a bad thing. You could be a cusper with Libra coming up. Like I said, Queen of Swords is going to be coming out quite a bit this week. Yeah, I do feel like you're kind of gatekeeping something with yourself a little bit. Maybe even just having boundaries with yourself and other people. It literally has this feeling of like you're at the front of the gates of you, and there's the Page of Wands, which is everything behind the gate, all within the inner world of you, Scorpio. And then there's everything in front of you, which is everyone else. That's how it's feeling. Like you're keeping the bull behind the gate. But the Page of Wands isn't bull-like. The Page of Wands is like, I don't know. I don't have an animal equivalent yet. It's not dolphin. That's more water. Fiery child. I'm like, I don't have a, like, iguanas, chameleons are normally associated with the Page of Wands. I never vibe with that though. They usually just are explicitly. I just don't vibe with it. It's like Tigger. It's more like you got a Tigger in your pen. Not a bull, but I'm getting bull for some reason. Maybe something else may be going on here. Ace of Cups. Scorpio. Ooh. I see what you're doing. Three of Swords. You know what? You may be the bull, and you got Tigger in the pen, and you're not letting anybody get close. That's kind of how this is looking, especially with the Ace of Cups and the Three of Swords. You are gatekeeping. It's not that your heart is closed, but it feels like with the Ace of Cups and the Three of Swords, there's a little bit of sensitive energy with your heart space right now. There's a little bit of like, you're being a little extra cautious. You're being a little extra cautious with your energy, with your inner child, which is the Page of Wands, which is like, I can just keep getting Tigger. And you are the bull. It may be a Queen of Swords energy, but you need that level of discernment to have this level of caution in a way where you are being wise about it and not being closed necessarily. You may be coming off very, very cold at this time, Scorpio, but that's because with the Ace of Cups and Three of Swords, like I want to say you're just feeling extra sensitive in your heart space, or you could have had something occur that was kind of painful to your heart right now, like lately. Okay. Can I get one more for Scorpio? Yeah, you're the bull and your inner child is Tigger. And you're like, no one getting past the gate. Nobody. It's very Scorpio. Can I get one? Maybe you're dealing with a Taurus. Maybe they pissed you off. Maybe they hurt your feelings. I'm looking at a hurt Scorpio. It's very clear to me. I'm looking at a hurt Scorpio. But you're not closing yourself off. You're just being cautious. Oh, that landed on the Ace of Cups. Yeah, Scorpio, someone hurt you. It feels recent. It could also be like really old. I almost want to say heart gunk. Hunt words. Heart plaque, emotional plaque, right? It could absolutely be that, and you could be working through that. You could be letting that be released at this time. And so while you're doing that, you may be feeling very vulnerable, and also while you're very protective of your playful side, of your inner child side, of your inner Tigger. Tigger may be significant for you. Can I get one other card, please, for Scorpio? Yeah, you feel hurt. You feel hurt. Again, it could be old stuff that you're just releasing, but some of you, I want to say there was a recent disappointment or a recent heartache. 10 of Pentacles. This feels like work to me. Could be family matters, could be even health matters. I'm getting something about the teeth. Interesting, even when I said like plaque, right? There could be something about the teeth with you. As I'm like, I don't know, something about the teeth. Your teeth are telling you something. I would pay attention to that. Because even like with the toes and parts of the body, just just like everything else, teeth also have different associated meanings with them as well. So I would, if you got something going on with your teeth or a specific tooth, I would go ahead and I would Google that. But the Ten of Pentacles, I just keep getting whatever this pain is, whatever this disappointment is, I'm getting like a double disappointment situation. I'm like, I know this is like probably not the reading you wanted, but almost like it's derailed your plans or something, or your expectations. Can I get a card on the Three of Swords for Scorpio? Can I get a card for the Three of Swords for Scorpio? Yeah, you are healing though. Temperance with, like, literally temperance with the Three of Swords. You are going through some sort of healing here. You may have a little bit of divine assist with that as well. The Excuse me, the Three of Swords and the Seven of, no, this can't talk, I'm sorry. The Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords, there's a Seven of Swords energy there. Secrecy, sabotage, deceit, illusions, betrayal, backstabbing, especially with the Ten and the Three of Swords. Again, this could be a recent heartbreak, betrayal, or old. And if it's old, it's old. And I want to say one that's been like exacerbated recently. I keep wanting to look at the 10 though. There's something going on there. Can I get a card for the 10 of Pentacles for Scorpio? One more. It feels like the finish line is what I'm hearing. That's weird. Maybe it's like representing some sort of end goal for you. End goal of wealth or security, stability. Home. I'm hearing home. Oh, Scorpio. Look at that. 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is my ace of fulfillment, my ace of purpose, a sense of purpose. It's the sacred flame. And then the World card. Yeah, I feel like this, yeah, it's the finish line. And home. Feeling like you've made it home. However that whatever that means for you. Feeling like you've made it home, whether that's literally like finding the home of your dreams, or the person or people that feel like home, like soul family, soul tribe, or even like your dream job and you feel at home in it. Maybe even to feel at home in the self, to feel at home. And whatever this is, again, you're healing. You're definitely healing from it. You're definitely letting it go. It just feels like recent betrayal, secrets, heartache. Like betrayal is a word that's very strong here, or an old wound of it, and it's been exacerbated recently. This feels like it's getting in the way of this. And I don't even want to say it that way, but that's how it feels. And I think that's how it's feeling because I think that's how you feel. All those swords just getting in the freaking way. And here you are, the bull at the gate, protecting your inner child, your inner Tigger, until you get here. And I want to say you're going to experience this soon because it's here. This isn't some faraway thing, some faraway experience or reality. It is very much happening in the now. I feel like, Scorpios, you're an example of, with this energy, of perceiving this beginning that's already been here. And the only way for you to perceive it is to work through all of that, to let this go. Even if it's a recent betrayal or heartache or disappointment, or an old one that's been exacerbated, I feel like it's more the latter for most of you. Once that's out of the way, you're really going to see that this has been here. This is not away from you. You have that available to you. It's here. Whew. Pisces. Hey, Pisces. Last but not least, I hope you enjoyed your birthday season. Any messages or insights for Pisces for this week? For Pisces, highest good. Come on. Come on. There we go. Any messages or insights for Pisces? For Pisces, highest good. Pisces. What's going on for Pisces? I'm getting a lot of animals with you. Pisces, I feel like you are very connected to animals for the most part, and that just may be very prominent for you at this time. Oh, it's like I was trying to tune into it, like hone it in a little bit more specifically, and then I just got flooded with too many animals. Like I saw like a white dog or a white wolf, definitely a crow or raven, crow raven, a bear, some kind of fish. I'm not really good with fish. I mean, you are also fish. Grasshoppers coming through, or locust, grasshopper locust maybe coming up for you. Ladybugs are coming up. Elephants, rhinos, plethora of animals. Queen of Swords. Okay. So discerning, Libra energy. Again, I've explained many times why the Queen of Swords may be coming out around this time for this week. So there you are, being the Queen of Swords that you are, Pisces. Oh, seeing through the bullshit is what I want to say. I feel like you're reading people with the Queen of Swords and the Five of Swords. Like people coming at you and you're just like, oh, fear of rejection. Oh, fear of losing control. It's got that vibe. Like if someone's stepping to you with the Five of Swords energy, you see why they're doing it. You see through their ego. You see through their mask. You could be acting in the Five of Swords energy yourself. I don't think so. I'm hearing the word battle. Someone could be bringing a fight to you. You could be tempted, but I don't think you're going to feed it. I feel like you're just observing it and seeing it for what it is. Seeing through it, really. Any messages or insights for Pisces? Any messages or insights for Pisces? Some of this is happening at work. Interesting. We're going to pull more cards in a minute. I just wanted to sit with this for a second. So we have Queen of Swords with the Five of Swords, excuse me. And then the Eight of Pentacles, and then the High Priestess. Oh wait, it was coming out like this with the High Priestess. Now, the Queen of Swords is my minor to the major High Priestess card because Queen of Swords is air and water. She is the epitome of psychic, intuitive, emotional truth and factual, logical truth, hence intellectual, spiritual alertness. High Priestess, right? Very prominent energy for this week. You're the only one to get High Priestess in your reading, by the way. Just saying, it is also a Piscean card. Excuse me. But with the Eight of Pentacles, again, this could be happening in the workplace. This could be happening even in terms of like, I don't want to say what you're willing to do. That's a good way to put it, the way that I'm feeling it here. I'm feeling a challenge when it comes to like you're being challenged in terms of your determination, your willingness to do something, your willingness to invest in something or to even entertain something. And I feel like you're hitting a wall of the Five of Swords. Five of Swords can also be determination. The Five of Swords doesn't feel like you. If it is, it's a mask, it's ego. And I feel like there's so much more of yourself. I swore I put that on. Oh, I keep forgetting when I do not disturb, the alarm isn't part of that. It's my second sleep alarm. And yes, I need to. Anyway, if the Five of Swords is your own energy, I feel like there's so much that you are aware of outside of your ego that I feel like the Five of Swords would not impact you or not affect you. But I'm getting what's on the table here is it's all about your willingness to put energy into things and how you entertain things. But I keep getting, if someone's approaching with the Five of Swords, you're seeing right through it. Oh. Hanged Man. Why is the Hanged Man here? Another Piscean card. Why is the Hanged Man here? I feel like you're really quiet right now, Pisces. Even with the High Priestess and the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords may be about communication, but she doesn't do a lot of talking. The King of Swords does a lot of talking. The Queen of Swords does a lot of thinking. A lot of putting pieces together and only really speaks when is necessary. Even the Hanged Man is kind of quiet. I feel like your energy is very, very quiet right now. Can I get a card for the Hanged Man? Why is the Hanged Man here for Pisces? You should see Clyde. He's so cute. Four of Cups. Pisces, I feel like you're in a space where you just don't want to be bothered. It's a very Piscean space. It's very void-like. It's very quiet. It's very observant. It's very much like I'm seeing through people. Do I want to put that much energy into this? I don't know. Hangman, Four of Cups. That is very I don't know energy. That could even be depression, apathy, numbness, even being disassociated. I feel like you're very much in your Piscean void space right now. Can I get a card for the High Priestess? Very quiet, very, very quiet, not wanting to share very much of anything with anyone at this time. Tell me about the High Priestess for Pisces. Could even be someone around you. I am getting a little hint of depression. That's interesting, Pisces. So you don't really want to be saying a lot, but you feel a lot. There's actually things you want to say. You're just not saying it. High Priestess, the Two of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. So Pisces, take this as it resonates. I'm starting to wonder if this is someone you're dealing with and maybe this isn't your energy. Because I feel like this is somebody sitting on their truth. Literally, sitting on their own Knight of Swords energy and keeping their mouth shut. Knight of Swords is Gemini. Knight of Swords gets out there and says shit. And you are sitting here not saying shit. And it's specifically with Two of Cups energy. It's specifically in relation to talking to others. And you're like, no, I'm not. And it could be one person in particular. With the Two of Cups and the Four of Cups, if this is another person, they could also be thinking about this as well. And again, this is all about your willingness. And you're just like, it's like you're not willing. So yeah, keep in mind, this could be you or this could be somebody else. But I'm looking at, I almost said a Gemini. I'm looking at a Pisces. It's because I just talked about the Knight of Swords. I'm looking at a Pisces who was feeling kind of disassociated and who doesn't feel very willing, even though there's stuff they want to say. They'd rather sit in their quiet space. That's the person I am reading there. I'm reading right now. Can I get a card for the Eight of Pentacles? I'm starting to wonder if this Five of Swords is real. And what I mean by that is, because at first I was like, oh, you're seeing right through people. And you probably do anyway, because you're Pisces. But the fact that you are this like reserved and withdrawn, I'm wondering if this is more like you're anticipating a Five of Swords. You know what I mean? Because you're clearly in a bubble with the High Priestess, the Hanged Man, the Queen of Swords, the Four of Cups. That is major bubble energy. Major. I would be shocked if anybody can actually get through to you physically at this time. I'm also getting a lot of swords and a lot of water. Also is kind of telling me non-physical. It's a lot of thoughts and a lot of feelings, right? A lot of non-physical, which is also your energy. So yeah, I'm wondering if you're just like expecting to experience the Five of Swords, if you put energy out there or invest energy, or you open up and say something. So you're like, I don't think I should. Can I get another card for the Eight of Pentacles? Keep in mind, like I said, Pisces, this could be someone around you. It doesn't have to be your energy. There could be some mirroring going on as well. Can I get a card for the Eight of Pentacles? It's almost like you're avoiding confrontation that you're anticipating, but there's a rub there, right? Because just because you anticipate something doesn't mean it's going to happen. Tell me about the Eight of Pentacles, unless maybe you know you messed up, but I'm not seeing that. Tell me about the Eight of Pentacles for Pisces. Some of you, if your work permits solo work, I don't know, like not having to answer or like deal with a lot of people or like be in the mix in like a team or whatever, like solo work, you're getting lost in your work, I want to say. With the Eight of Pentacles, yeah, we have King of Wands. That is a very fiery energy. Yeah, I feel like you just don't want to do this. The Eight of Pentacles, King of Wands, you don't want to exert that level of energy. And some of you, you don't want to invest in a King of Wands with the Two of Cups, Knight of Swords, and the High Priestess. Some of you could be, excuse me, sorry. Some of you could be working through your feelings at this time for the right moment where it feels right to speak and say something to this person. I'm also seeing that. Can I get a card for this King of Wands for Pisces? King of Wands can also be a boss. So again, some of you guys, this is the workplace and you just don't want to be bothered. And maybe your boss is expecting more of you and you're just like, no. Like you're wanting to say no, but you feel like you can't say no. Some of you guys are calling out sick to avoid work. It's interesting. King of Wands, like I said, literally can represent a boss-like figure, and I was getting work for some of you. Oh, yeah, around the King of Wands, we have Seven of Swords. Yeah, I feel like when it comes to this King of Wands, you don't trust them. You don't trust them. You don't trust them, or you feel like they take advantage. King of Wands, Seven of Swords can also be a player. If this is a romantic situation, you'd be perceiving somebody as a player or somebody who is very like I hate to say it, selfish or even controlling. Yeah, I'm getting romance and work. Those are the two situations I'm getting a lot of right now. But I'm seeing you and you're like, I don't want to. You're like, I don't want to put energy into that. I want to be in my bubble. I want to just like be in my own energy. I don't really want to say something. I just want to be pleasant in my own energy. And again, some of you guys might be working through your feelings if this is a romantic situation. But for where it's a work situation, I do see you like seriously like, think I can go out sick. Maybe I could use some vacation time. I just can't be around my boss right now. But I think what that's going to come down to is, I mean, eventually the truth is going to come out. Truth has a way of revealing itself. It's just how energy works. It's just how truth works. Some of you may want to leave your job as a result of not being able to tolerate or deal with your boss and what your boss is requiring of you or expecting of you. But I can tell you're not happy. Again, Hangman and Four of Cups is giving me a little bit of depression vibes. And again, being disassociated due to stress or due to like, just, oh my God, my soul cannot deal with this right now. Bloop. Disassociating, right? Very interesting, Pisces. Very interesting. But that concludes the readings. Oh, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys have an amazing week, and I will see you guys soon. Take care.